A potential client called my office and they said, Mr. Crisp, I was in this really bad car crash and I went to the hospital, but the police never came and there's no police report. What do I do? And the answer is, in the state of California, it helps to have a police report, no doubt, but it's not required. And sometimes law enforcement is busy. They can't get to the scene of a collision. If you report less than life-threatening injuries, they may not come. It's based on each jurisdiction and the resources they have. They're doing, they have a hard job, and the resources can be stretched thin at times. So it happens on occasion when someone will get into a vehicle collision and the police won't show up. So what does that mean? Does that mean that the event didn't happen? Does that mean that you can't prove the other party was at fault? No, it doesn't. But it does add a layer of complexity, and it requires typically having an investigator go to the scene, an investigator try to get a hold of the other person that caused the collision and talk to them and take a statement. And basically an investigator can do essentially what a police officer would do, assuming that the person who caused the collision is willing to participate and will speak with the investigator and be honest and confirm what happened in the collision. The other way, if that can't be done, if the person who hit you says, I don't want to be at fault, I didn't cause this, or they deny that they're at fault, then what's typically required is that the lawyer has to hire what's called an accident reconstructionist. And we also have to take depositions. So usually if the person who hit you is saying that they're not at fault and they tell their insurance company that, the insurance company loves to hear, oh, my insured said I'm not at fault, we're not at fault, so great. Insurance company loves that because now they get to hide behind their insured, the person that caused the crash. So typically in that circumstance, we will file a lawsuit immediately, serve the defendant, the person that caused the collision, and we will initiate litigation. What that does is it gives us the opportunity to send out written discovery to them where we request them to admit that they are at fault, admit they are negligent, admit their negligence caused the harm, admit their negligence was a substantial factor in causing the harm that you had. So if they don't do that, then we take their deposition. And at deposition, we have to gather all the evidence. We have photos of the scene, photos of the damage. We understand how the crash happened from you, and we understand the vehicle codes involved that require the defendant to take certain action or not. And we understand how to build our case to prosecute that case and prove that they were actually negligent, unreasonable, they weren't being careful. So if there is someone who doesn't have a police report in a collision and you need to find help because of that, you can give us a call. Thanks.